Hi, this is Peter Walk here, interviewing Coach Mike Battle from the Syracuse Vipers. Mike, what can you expect tonight out of the Vipers? Are they ready to play?
Offensively, we're going to try to open things the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've been running the ball, so we're going to try to open up in the air tonight and see if we can expose some of their weak spots on defense.
The first 3 games, you went off to big leads, and then the other teams crawled back in. How are you going to stop that from happening against a good Greenjackets team?
Well, it was early on. We didn't play 2 preseason games, so basically last week was really our official first game, as far as I was concerned. Guys are still out of shape, not in condition, but we'll get there, and we'll be a heck of a team by the second half.
Now, you've been playing the Greenjackets for a few years yourself, huh? You were playing them back in the mid-'80s. What do you expect from them?
Basically, they got 2 big-time receivers, and the kid Gabe Young and a Dan Chandler. I expect that they're going to try to get the ball in those 2 guys' hand. They also got a pretty big fullback in the kid T-Bone, so we know what they're going to do. We just got to shut them down.
How do you feel about the league quality this year after 3 games?
They threw a twist at us with Scranton. It was a tough game. I think the lead is going to be tough this year, and you just got to prepare every week like it's your last game and come out and do the best that you can do as a team.
Last year you beat Glens Falls all 3 times, but the first game went down to a goal line stand. Did they leave you with any impression about their team last year?
They don't give up. They just keep on coming, and we need challenges like that to get to our true potential.
Now, I know Chris Bresnahan's back, the starting quarterback at the end of last year. How is it going to sort out between him and Dwayne Melton?
Well, right now the ball is in Dwayne's hand, and as long as he continues to play well, he'll be the man. If he doesn't get the job done, then I won't have any problem going with Bresnahan. Like you said, he led us last year, and I know he can do the job also. But I'm confident in Dwayne right now.
How the heck did the Vipers get Leroy Collins? He's tearing up the league, 4 touchdowns against Scranton, averaging about 150 a game. How do you even coach a kid like that?
You don't. He's already self-taught. He's a heck of a back. When he first came into camp, just his mechanics let me know that he was something very, very special, and I'm just glad to have him here with the Vipers.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Good game. Have a good game. Hi, this is P. Walk again with head offensive coordinator Tom Mayer of the Glens Falls Greenjackets. What can you expect out of your team tonight, Coach?
Well, I hope we play well. We haven't been able to sustain any drives most of the time. We haven't been able to get in. We got to get in the end zone against these guys. They're a very loaded team, very talented. We expect that they'll come at us very physically. So we'll try to do some things, mix up the pass and the run, and let's go after them.
With your tandem of running backs, you got 2 of the best in the EFL. Are they going to be seeing a lot of action tonight?
Well, they're going to have to, because I only got 3 running backs with me.
They're 3 good ones. You're lucky about that.
Thank you.
Last year, the Vipers seemed to handily, at the end of the season anyways, beat Glens Falls, but it came down to a goal line stand in that first game. What do you expect out of them tonight?
I expect them to be very physical, very strong, and they're coming after us with everything. I mean, they're a very good defense team. They're very sound. They don't make many mistakes. So it's just going to be a matter of us adapting to what they do.
Have you prepared for both quarterbacks tonight? Are you aware that Chris Bresnahan's now back with the team?
Well, defensively, Coach handles that, but I know he was aware, I think, so yes. I think we're prepared.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm here with head coach Joe Bonviaggio. And tonight, Coach, what are you expecting out of your team? Are they ready to play?
Yeah, I think we're ready to play. It's time to see if we can win the big one. Today's a big one.
Last year, the Vipers won all 3, but the first came down to a goal line stand. What are you expecting out of them tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've heard through the grapevines that they're weaker. I think that's garbage. Two-time defending champs, and I think they're 3-0 now. They're still the team you have to beat.
With 2 of the best running backs in the EFL you got going tonight, but you're a little thin there overall. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We'll see what our O-line can do. I do believe firmly that we have the 2 best backs, but it all depends on how good your line does.
How's the injuries been for you this year? Taking any hard hits?
Yeah, Bob Fish, we just lost last week, starting tackle, so that hurt us.
How are the crowds there? You getting good support up there this year? You got some pretty neat-looking programs and stuff going for you. Charles is doing a good job, I think, at the top.
Yeah, Charles is doing a real good job. We had a good turnout in our last game.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Hi, this is Jerome Hall, one of the defensive coaches for the Syracuse Vipers. Jerome, what are you expecting out of your defense tonight?
We expect them to get better. You know, this year we started off a little bit slow on defense. Thankfully, the offense has picked it up a little bit, but to be consistent, not to make mistakes, and just to get better at what we do.
The first few games, the Vipers went out to pretty big leads and let teams back in, and how are you going to stop that from happening?
Well, a lot of it was fumbles, a lot of first game mistakes, second game mistakes type of things. We didn't have any preseason games, so that was a lot of that kind of stuff. We have a lot of great athletes on the team, and we're trying out guys at new positions. So hopefully those guys are getting comfortable in those positions. So if you look at the scores, it's been fumbles, it's been passes where they've been tipped 2 or 3 times, that kind of thing. So,
How about Tyrone Wren this year? He's starting off right where he left off last year. 5 or 6 interceptions, barely a pass thrown in his area. What's it like to coach a kid with that talent?
It's just very easy. He makes you look very good. We also got another kid, Crenshaw, too, who got hurt in the first game, so he's coming back tonight, too.
This is Robert Crenshaw, who played at Rutgers, is that right?
Yes, So hopefully he'll help us. He got hurt in the first game, so the last couple games we played without 3 or 4 different starters. So.
The rest of the team, defensive team, seems pretty intact from last year. Middle linebackers and defensive line. I can't think of a big important person that you lost, did you?
From last year, no. Actually, we got better from last year. But for today, we had some injuries the first couple games, so we're trying out some guys, seeing what they can do. Tonight, Marquise Williams will not be here tonight, so we'll see how we'll do without him tonight. Try some other guys at that position.
Now, Glens Falls got 2 of the best running backs in the league. What's your plan on stopping them?
I want them to run the ball. I hope
The wideouts are pretty good too, aren't they? Gabe Young and Dan Chandler.
Right, so that's one thing about this team. It's always a challenge because they're a well-balanced team. So even though they have good running backs, they have good receivers, good quarterbacks, so they're always a challenge for us.
Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you.
There are lots of banks you can choose. Why do business with Evergreen? Because we're working hard to give you the choices, convenience, and value you deserve from your bank. We think you'll feel good about choosing us.
Considering new flooring, Glens Falls Tile and Supplies is your local dealer for bath, ceramic tile, laminate, and wood flooring needs. Our knowledgeable staff will show you the best products and finishes suited for your project. Do-it-yourselfers benefit from our Build from the Bottom one-on-one installation help to guarantee quality self-installations. Our product knowledge and experience will ensure the long-lasting beauty you expect from your investment. Glens Falls Tile and Supplies, the best selection of quality tile and flooring backed by the kind of service you deserve.
You may know the name Leland Paper for paper products, but did you also know that Leland Paper sells laundry and restaurant supplies and equipment, packaging material, janitorial supplies and equipment? Leland Paper offers local products, local deliveries every day, and personal attention that only a local company can give. Our 3rd generation celebrating our 50th anniversary, Leland Paper Company, wholesale distributors since 1951.
Whether you're a mom on the go or drive a company car, turnaround time is priority 1.
Before you hit the road, head to Warren Tire. Warren Tire not only offers Goodyear tires, but Goodyear Gemini auto service for everything under the hood. Whether it's a tune-up, brakes, shocks and struts, or just a lube, oil, and filter, Warren Tire guarantees complete worry-free driving. Before you hit the road, head to your nearest Warren Tire location.
We've been your good neighbor for over 140 years, helping the Glens Falls community grow and prosper, helping generations of families realize their dreams. It's what you'd expect from your community bank. It's what you can count on from Evergreen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Charles Adams, President and General Manager of the Greenjackets football team, and I'm here in a very unusual role. I'm here trying to fill in for our esteemed regular announcer, Bill Callahan, who has been delayed. Now, Bill knows how to do this, and I don't have the foggiest notion how to do this, but I'm here with Peter Wack, who is point man here for the Syracuse Vipers. Peter, welcome to the Greenjackets football team television show. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I had fun doing the broadcast last year.
Now, Peter, you did 2 broadcasts with us last year, right?
I did 3.
Oh, yeah, you did 3, 1 playoff game.
Yes, we did playoff games.
Well, anyway, I'm going to have to rely on you for the bulk of the play-by-play here because my tongue would get tangled all over these guys.
I'll give it my best shot. I rely on Bill most of the time and just stay out of his way. Wait till he needs a breath of fresh air. That's when I jump in.
Exactly. You could give Bill Callahan a telephone book and he could do a 3-hour show.
That's just on the A's.
Peter, we're up here. They're introducing the Vipers here. You want to just give us a little overview of some of the key players that are coming through the line right now?
The Vipers pretty much had their team back from last year. They had a couple of losses on the offense. We started the year without Chris Bresnahan, who ended the year as our starting quarterback, but he's back now in the second string role behind Dwayne Milton.
Do you know who's going to get the toss tonight as quarterback?
Dwayne Milton is still the Viper starting quarterback. I'm sure he's looking in the rearview mirror. Bresnahan came in at the end of last week's game, threw 10 for 12, 2 touchdowns, and about 170 yards.
Well, that sounds like the Bresnahan of last year. He was awesome last year.
He's even better. He's got a different focus. He's at peace where he's at with his job and with playing minor league ball. He was just a sniff away from really making it in the NFL and could easily probably make it in the arena for NFL Europe, but he's got job responsibilities and a family here, and now he's happy and content playing for the Vipers.
Well, that's good for the Vipers, but it's going to be troublesome for the Greenjackets, I'm sure of that, because he was nothing but a pain to us last year.
Yeah, he did have some good games. That first game was close, went down to the wire. That's when Dwayne was at the quarterback, and then in the playoffs we beat you pretty good in that first game.
Yes, we did. And we watched you play Watertown as well, and he chewed Watertown up pretty good.
And that's a good defense up there.
Yes, it is. He's pretty tall, isn't he?
Yeah, anyone that I look up to. I'm 6'3", he's a good 6'5", 240 and chiseled out of stone.
Okay, so you expect, excuse me, here we are with the national anthem. Wow, Peter, that'll send chills up and down your spine.
Yeah, it does. Every time I hear it, whether it's a kid's Little League game or an NFL game, it gets me excited.
I noticed on the field, the Greenjackets here underneath the camera's on the flag, but when it came to the high points of that national anthem, the helmets went right up in the air. These guys are really revved up. Peter, while we're waiting for the action here, tell us a little bit about this field. This is the first time we've played Syracuse on this wonderful, wonderful Liverpool High School field. Tell us about it.
Yes, it is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous field. It's a little bittersweet for the Vipers, who did enjoy playing at Griffin Field, although it was nowhere near nice a field. It had a history of minor league ball going back nearly 100 years. But after our first home game here this year, we got over it pretty quick. This is something special, especially the press box, the locker rooms, a scoreboard that works, lines that are painted that you can see, all those important things for a good football game.
And we're on AstroTurf.
Yes, we are.
Don't have cleats out there tonight. We have turf shoes on tonight, right?
No, I hope you guys all have the right sneakers on, because if you had cleats, you'd be sliding around.
We have Sandra Aubin as our director tonight on Greenjackets Television, and I bet you she is delighted that the sun is not in our eyes. The sun is at our back, and that is a great joy. Okay, we've got the captains and the referees, the officials, and the coin toss down on the field.
Looks like the Vipers have won the toss and elected to receive.
Okay. The ceremonial handshake. Well, the PA announcers telling all the great things people can win here tonight, contests and money and T-shirts and all that sort of thing. While they're doing that, I have the great pleasure of telling our viewers about some of the great sponsors we have at the Greenjackets. On our covers of the program this year, we have some great sponsors: Crimson Art and Framing Gallery, Flores and Flores Advertising. Both of those sort of firms in the new offices in the old Troy Shirt Factory across from the Post-Star, downtown Glens Falls. Double L Electrical and also WNCE TV8 are cover sponsors, advertisers with the Greenjackets this year. We're still got a little bit of time here. I want to mention that hold on just a second here while our director gets me squared away. That other sponsors of considerable note are Carriage Traders, A&W Root Beer in Lake George, Evergreen Bank, Leland Paper Company, the Merchants in Mark Plaza on Quaker Road, the Post-Star, Dean's Patriot Family Eatery and Pub, right over there in Fort Ann, Characters Giant Party Store up in Aviation Mall, Fitzgerald Brothers, and AA Provisions. Peter, we're always glad to talk about our advertisers and sponsors with the Greenjackets. Just like any minor league team, that's the only people that keep us playing.
You have an impressive list. I wish we had a list that long.
Okay, here we are coming up to kickoff. Number 10 is our kicker.
Back deep for the Vipers is Jason Hall and Steve Scott. It's going to go to the EFL Offensive MVP, Steve Scott. Takes off up the middle of the field. And it looks like Steve Scott might return it for a touchdown untouched.
Uh-oh, Steve Scott is in there for the first score of the Vipers, the opening kickoff of the game. That's going to make the Greenjackets very unhappy. Special teams coaches and players very unhappy. But it certainly throws down the gauntlet for the Greenjackets.
It does. The Vipers have a tendency to go up early and quick and then rest a little bit and let teams back in it. I expect that to happen again tonight. Steve Scott, when he runs down the field, it looks like everyone else is in slow motion.
Tell us a little more about Steve Scott. He's a real standout.
Yeah, he is. He graduated locally from Corcoran High School, played 2 years at SUNY Morrisville, and then started minor league soon thereafter. Has played his first year with the Express. He's been with us the last 2 years.
Okay, here we are coming up with the extra point.
Trevor Barbano for the attempt, Bresnahan with the hold,
and it's blocked. Okay, so the score after just a minute and 12 seconds of play is Vipers 6, Glens Falls Greenjackets nothing. And now the battle begins.
The pressure's going to be on the Greenjackets to at least get a couple first downs here and establish that they can move the ball offensively.
You know, it's always been the challenge for us to get the offense in motion here and to get it running its game plan. And like almost every other minor league team in this league and most other leagues I know of, getting good, strong, deep offensive line is the biggest challenge.
That is the biggest challenge for the Vipers, too. You have the joy of having people on the wings that are quite talented. It just can be tough sometimes to have enough time to get them the ball. Your wide receivers in Chandler and Gabe Young, your running backs, and Dan McGovern, and who's the other running back?
David Winter.
David Winters.
Hudson Falls boy. Yes, sir. McGovern and Winters, they're standouts for us. We love to see them get the ball. Winter and McGovern both are extremely good on kickback returns as well.
McGovern played this past year in Spain, I think.
Yes, he did. He played with one of the European leagues. He was voted a co-MVP in that league.
Wow.
Had an outstanding season. Came back with a little groin injury that took him a while to recover from, but he is a quality human being. His full-time job is as a consultant with one of the major national consulting firms, so he's a well-educated, very talented man.
Barbano kicking off deep
Okay.
to Dan Chandler.
Yep, Dan Chandler, number 17, and got stuck on the 26-yard line.
Sean Hunt with the tackle for the Vipers.
Number 11, Elliot Reese on the tackle for the Vipers. First down for the Greenjackets.
Greenjackets are starting at about their 28-yard line. There's under 20 seconds, just about 30 seconds that have gone by so far in this first quarter. And at quarterback, we have Kevin Siska. I think he's a new guy with your team.
Yes, he is. He's a new quarterback this year. Actually converted from a wide receiver to quarterback. We'll talk more about Kevin in a minute. Siska taking a snap. Okay, we're trying obviously to get the running game established. Going up with one of our running backs, Siska handing off. I see I misspoke a while ago when I said a score of 6-0 after minute 12 is after only 12 seconds.
You got it, yes. That was McGovern off tackle. There shows you how tough he is. He got hit hard, came out of that somehow, and stumbled forward for 3 or 4 more yards.
Yes, he did.
I guess on second and 8 it would be hard to stumble ahead for 3 or 4 more yards, but he did after he got hit move forward quite a bit.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, we've got McGovern and Winter both in the backfield, 45 and 29. David Winter. Over to 15, Torrey Mayer. 15 is Torrey Mayer, who is also a backup quarterback.
That was a nice cut he laid in front of the defensive back.
Yes, he did. And I
Perfect
tell you,
pass. Looks like they're going to brought something to the table tonight, Charles.
well, let me tell you, if they do, it will be demonstrating a new ability here, because we've been trying to establish that passing game with Kevin Siska all season, and it's been on again, off again, and I'd love to see him really start connecting. It would do a lot to raise the confidence level of this offensive team.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42.
Okay, off to David Winters in the backfield. David keeps still. He fumbled. He fumbled. Uh-oh.
Picked up by number 16, Raheem Smith for the
Okay.
Vipers.
And number 61 brought him down. That's Kyle Arthurs, who's an offensive lineman. Big guy, 260 pounds.
Made a good tackle there. Raheem thought he was in the end zone, I think.
Well, he darn near was.
I didn't see what happened there, except he was covered up by 3 or 4 Vipers. Someone must have got in there and popped the ball
They
out.
did. They popped.
Sometimes when you fight for those extra yards, that's when it gives the defense a little time to knock the ball out.
Okay, here we go.
We have Dwayne Melton in at quarterback, a 14-year minor league football veteran. Played at J.C. Smith down in North Carolina. Spent a year on the state squad with the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the mid-'80s. He's been playing minor league ball all over central New York since.
So Syracuse has a 1st and 10 on the 17, isn't it, Peter?
Yep.
How about that?
Milton starting the game in the shotgun.
Gives him a little bit of time.
Looks like he's going to porch.
Went to porch, just overthrew him well.
I think that ball, for Dwayne's sake, I hope that was tipped at the line, because that was...
Actually, that was Richard Dykes. He just overthrew number 5 right in the middle.
Oh, I didn't even see him. I
Yep.
was looking at porch.
Yep.
Dykes is a very small guy, but he's also pretty good. He played this past winter in the National Indoor Football League.
Uh-huh.
Before that, he played in Arena 2. So he's going on his 20th month of consecutive tackle football.
Really?
He's
Really
a
ought to
tough
be in
guy.
good, ought to be in good shape, Peter.
2nd and 10 from the 18.
Handoff. Number
Hand
36
off to Leroy
is
Collins.
down to the 6-yard line, it looks like.
Brought down by number 28, Dan Marvin.
It's good we got Rocco Cabron down there in the box. He can help us spot some of the numbers also.
Peter, the tackler there, Dan Marbut, is new with the Greenjackets this year. He's from Plattsburgh. He and Kenny Hackett both are Plattsburgh players and are with the Greenjackets this year.
Yeah, my jaw dropped when I heard you got Kenny Hackett. He's one special guy. He's a real leader, just in a conference room. You can't imagine him on the defense.
He is awesome. We just love Kenny Hackett.
3rd and 1. Hand off to Collins again. He gets wrapped up. May have squirted for the first down. It's going to be close.
Mitchell Morgan making the stop on that.
Tackle made by 64.
Mitchell's from Rutland, Vermont. I'll never forget early in the season, during the practice season, we got this odd call from Rutland, Vermont. Didn't know who it was from or anything like that. Turned out to be Mitchell Morgan, and the coaches got a hold of him, chatted with him, and here he is, starting on defense.
How far is Rutland from Glens Falls?
Rutland's maybe 45 minutes.
Oh, so not too bad.
30, 45 minutes, about that.
Leroy Collins did get the first down. It's 1st and goal on the 7.
Trying
Dwayne Melton
to
with the
strug it through. Didn't get much, Peter.
Huh, interesting call on 1st and 7 at QB sneak.
Maybe got 2 on it. We'll see.
He did score once that way last week, but it was 2 inches. So maybe he's getting a big head out there.
Well, 2 yards, not too
Montreal
bad.
played good last week. I was surprised. I think they're a notch better this year. I don't know if they are going to be
Montreal?
able to make the playoffs, yes.
Yeah.
But I thought they looked bigger, a little more organized.
Could well be. They were sure feeling their oats after beating Watertown.
Still shaking my head on that one.
Yeah.
Milton back in the shotgun now at 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Okay.
He's
Pass.
looking for Steve Scott in the
He's
corner.
got him. Wide open. Number 1 got beat on that. There's Anthony Presley.
It looks like they got tangled up there, but Steve Scott's so strong, he didn't fall down. It was a nice pass from Dwayne.
I think Presley was trying to argue that there was some kind of interference there, but
It did look like Scott had his arms on him,
Yeah.
kind of helping him down a little bit. Looks like the Vipers will stay conservative here with a decent lead. No need to go for 2 to try to get it back up to 2 7-pointers.
unless we have a fake play here, Peter.
We've seen him at all points of the field.
Yep.
Oh, well, Barbano's going to have a chance here.
Wow, that was an interesting error. Didn't expect that, Peter.
No, that was not a good snap at all. That wasn't even close. And you can see when the ball's bouncing around in the backfield, when it's not a runner or a QB or a wide receiver with the ball, it looks like you're just got 2 left feet trying to pick the thing up.
Okay, while we have a little break here on the field, I want to mention that different positions of the Greenjackets have very particular sponsors in the greater Glens Falls area. And sponsoring the wide receivers and tight ends, we have Dan and Jenny Lambert of Double L Electrical, doing quality work on your homes and business for 16 years. Peter, we picked up a page out of the symphony orchestras where they have sponsors for their principal instruments. You know, have a sponsor for the principal violinist and a sponsor for the principal oboist. Well, we have sponsors for the quarterbacks and whatnot.
Maybe you could do a joint event. That would be fun. Symphony and the football players fundraiser.
That does happen in other parts of the country. In Chicago, they have a tie-in event between the Chicago Symphony and one of the sports franchises. Okay, we got another kickoff coming up here with the Vipers, and we've got the same 2 on the Greenjackets back in a position to receive.
Looks like Chandler's going to have a chance on this one. It's not a
Okay.
deep kick.
Dan Chandler again, and
It's
he's
a nice cut
got
in the middle.
a little run on it up to about the 41-yard line.
He took all advantage of that. That was a nice fake out to the right side there. There's good hard hitting on the kickoff, too. I don't think anyone's going to let down this early in the game, no matter what the score is.
I do notice that they're kicking a little bit away from Dan McGovern. They're kicking over on the right-hand side. of
We
it.
saw enough of him last year in the playoff game when he had a busted arm practically.
Yeah.
And he still went back out there throwing blocks and trying to catch passes.
He'll do anything. He will block. He will do anything. He's a terrific athlete. Stays in great shape.
Siska at QB again, first and 10 from the 39.
Got another pass coming up here. That's interesting.
Got
Heavily
him.
covered.
Nice.
Oh, just fell out of bounds. Uh-oh, got a
Looks
little
like he's
injury
hurt.
there.
He had that ball just a fraction of a second longer. I think they would have called that a catch.
Yeah, I wonder if he didn't, whether or not he brought both feet down inside was a question, but I guess he didn't show possession of the ball.
If you get pushed out by the defensive player, you don't need to come down in bounds. Siska had a beautiful pass there.
It was.
There was only 3 yards between the 2 Viper defenders with the wide receiver in between
But
there.
by all rights, he should not have caught that pass with those 2 defenders, one like a sandwich, one on each end. Okay, we have an injury here, Gabe Young. Yep. And we would not like to lose Gabe Young. Looks like something with his back. Dan Middleton is our trainer down there, watching very closely.
We'll keep an eye on Gabe Young down here. The
Yeah,
trainer's
we
right on him.
We're very
Looks like he
concerned
fell on
about
his back.
Yeah, we're very concerned about Gabe Young. That play resulted in looks like maybe a loss or at least third down back to the line of scrimmage.
And they have third down from their own 39-yard line.
Boy, I love the numbers on this field, Peter. You can read them.
I know, it was embarrassing that last game at Griffin Field last year. Oh, they painted them in green paint on grass. That was smart. Cisco back to pass.
Oh, you better
He's
get
got a
rid of
couple
it.
Vipers chasing
Okay,
him.
44 McGovern just got cleaned out. They're about almost the same line of scrimmage. Looks like he got hit in the thigh there, and that's where he got injured last week. Dan McGovern, number 44.
Yeah, he is limping off the field.
He
A
is.
thigh bruise can be so painful. Gabe Young is up and walking over here, which is a very good sign. He's holding his back, though.
Dan McGovern, one of our fine running backs, and our running backs are sponsored by Phil Russell's City Pizza. Absolutely authentic New York City pizza, only at Quaker Plaza on Quaker Road, near O'Toole's in Queensbury.
4th and 10, the Greenjackets are setting up to punt here.
Okay, there we go.
Just looking for the sideline to keep it away from Richard Dykes.
And did in fact succeed in doing that at about the 30-yard line. That was Torrey Mayer, who was our punter. Torrey is backup quarterback, but obviously we saw him receiving a pass a while ago, and now in punting.
That's the true spirit of minor league football. If you got skills, you'll play any position. That was a good kick with no return on it. So we start with 7 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. Vipers had a 12-0 lead, and they have the ball on their own 32.
I want to mention some other sponsors here for the Greenjackets. That includes Nimick Sports Shop over in Warrensburg, Livingston's Quality Manor Furniture, and now the Vipers are going to go back to their old faithful 36 back there, but he got swamped, Peter.
Yep, and that's how you need to tackle Leroy Collins. Wait there, try to contain him. Don't try to take him down yourself. Give your other players a chance to come in there and help you.
Also on that list of great sponsors of the Greenjackets is Salem Hardware and Supply, Floormaster and Dream House Furniture in Mark Plaza on Quaker Road, Pine Lanes in Lake George Bowl, the Big Uglies down on Broad Street near South Street downtown Glens Falls, Minogue's Beverage Centers, J.E. Sawyer and Company, Plumbing and Heating Suppliers, Dobert's Dairy, the Glens Falls Elks Lodge number 81, and Adirondack Paintball Games. We're so grateful for these sponsors.
Vipers lost 4 yards on that carry. 2nd and 14 from their own 28 with Meltneck not under center. He's back in the shotgun.
Shotgun
again.
this time, Peter.
He needs a little extra time to throw.
Okay.
He's
Well,
going
this guy's
deep.
going deep.
Steve Scott.
And we've got a man there, number 28. That's Dan Marbett. I don't know if he's in bounds or not, is
Oh,
he?
yes, I think he's in bounds. The referee is running up to spot it.
All
Inbounds
right.
interception. Good job, Green Jackets.
Dan Marbett just waits for chances like that. When he first came on the field this spring, Peter, we didn't know what to think. I know Jim Willig, our associate general manager, walked up to me one day and he says, "Charles, that man's made of steel." He says, "I don't know what he's got inside him. He doesn't look huge or big, but when he knocks a 300-pounder on his fanny, the guy just sits there like he's been knocked out." But Dan Marbett loves contact and he loves challenge.
Well, that's a big interception there. With that kind of toughness, it would have been nice to see him pirouette on a dime and run it back, but that's still unexpected. His speed carried him right out.
Okay, Kevin Siska again, trying to establish his game plan here. Handoff got stopped right on, it looks like a yard loss, Peter.
Gang tackled by a couple Vipers, Ronnie Johnson, Raheem Smith. Someone hit him before that, but I didn't see the number.
It was number 28, David Winter, 29, David Winter. David's from Hudson Falls High School. Had a terrific football career at the high school level, set some records in the league there, then went on, played briefly in college, and I guess discovered college was not for him at that particular time and is working right now, and we're just delighted to have him with the Greenjackets.
Siska under center.
Another one, handoff, got stopped again, number 29.
That almost looked like an option. I think that was Siska that just kept running it. He might
Oh,
not
it
have,
was. He's underground.
He didn't get to the spot quick enough to give it to the running back instead of trying to force it in there.
Our quarterback, Kevin Siska, number 12, is sponsored by the Post-Star. From the Capital District to the Adirondacks, reaching 100,000 readers every day. And we're delighted that the Greenjackets games are written up in the Post-Star. We pay tribute to Jim Marshall, the editor-publisher, and to Greg Brownell, the sports editor, and Jake Toby, who usually writes the stories. Siska again. What's he going to do, Pete?
I think he's going to come back to Gabe Young. Is he back in the game?
Yeah, he's looking for somebody, but he's going to run.
He's got a little space if he can get past one guy.
He got a couple yards.
On the tackle.
Yeah, a couple yards, but that's all.
There didn't seem to be anyone there, and I don't think Gabe Young has been back in the game as I scan for his number. Oh wait, no, he's 3. He was out there on the other sideline, but he was not open.
That's a good sign, at least that he was there.
He came down hard, directly on his back. Since he was trying to catch the ball, he didn't have an opportunity to get his hand back to break his fall. So I'm sure he was stinging there when he
We've got the punters on the field here. Probably going to be Tori Mayer again, number 15. Our special teams are sponsored by Real Estate Express, a local real estate and home improvement show coming to TV8 in September. Be sure your broker lists your home on Real Estate Express. Oop, got a hanky on the play on there.
Yep, I didn't see any movement on Glens Falls. Maybe on the Vipers, a little anxious to try to get a block. No, it isn't.
It is against Glens Falls.
Maybe the center moved the ball a little bit too much before the snap. So that'll push him back a little bit further, make it a little harder to kick it out of bounds without giving up too much yardage here. Might have to just bite the bullet, kick it high and deep as you can to Richard Dykes.
Okay, Tori Mayer will take another crack at it here. Back to the 20-yard line.
It's a good snap.
Oh.
Tough punt. May get a good roll. No,
not much. Comes out on the 48-yard line, 49-yard line.
The defense stopped the previous Viper drive pretty quickly with that interception. I think they're going to need a couple more of those and maybe a fumble or two here to get in the game.
They sure will. That was really only a 15-yard punt from line of scrimmage.
Leroy Collins hasn't been able to break out in the open yet, which is also a good sign for the Green Jackets. They need to keep gang tackling him, or before you know it, he'll bust through and run it.
I cheated Tori on that. It was a good bit more than 15 yards. She has 34. Yeah, about 21 yards.
Milton at quarterback still for the Vipers. It's Rashad Porch and Steve Scott, the EFL All-Star wide receivers, out wide on him. Ooh, there was mistiming on that. That was certainly on the Vipers there.
I would think so. I see down below us here, Tommy Mayer, our offensive coordinator's got all of his offensive troops gathered around, reviewing the game plan and what the next series of downs is going to be.
It's a beautiful night here in Liverpool, Charles.
Oh,
we've had some good ones. We had one game last year, that first one, or the second one in Griffin Field. Remember how cold that was?
You and Bill froze to death.
Oh, I listened to that tape and I told Bill, I'm sorry, I really had a sophomore slump there. He said, do you remember how cold it was? I wouldn't worry about it, Pete.
Well, the score is 12-0 in favor of the Vipers. We got 2:55 left in the first quarter. Here we got another run with number 36, his favorite runner back there. Struggling up, getting some yardage.
Looks like he got at least penalty yardage back.
Yeah, maybe a yard or two in addition. Looks like maybe 7 yards that time.
Leroy Collins came to Syracuse because his girlfriend lives in Syracuse, and he's just started a personal trainer business.
Oh, really?
Yep, after spending a few years bouncing around getting paid for football, he's making the adjustment to playing more for fun and settling into a professional life.
Shotgun. There you go. Get a quick look. Get wide open there.
And that's Richard Dykes. They give him forward progress. It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. Anthony Presley, number 1, brought him down. Whether or not he got the first down is right now being determined.
That was good strategy there on the Vipers after giving up the interception on the out pass. to come on the inside.
Short.
Third and short for the Vipers.
Short about 8 inches. Okay, third down. The Green Jackets defensive line is sponsored by Jim Willig of Whiteman Chevrolet, getting you the car you want at the price you want to pay. Call Jim at 744-6311 for his pigskin special. Here we go again, the same run. Got the first down for
Leroy
sure.
Collins was hitting the backfield there, but an arm tackle's not going to bring him down. He pushed off that and got at least the yard he needed for a first down. Looks like we got a pretty good crowd here too for Syracuse.
Good. Leroy Collins is carrying the water for you tonight so far, Peter.
Yeah, the other guys on the team might get 1 or 2 carries, but it's pretty much going to be him most of the night. Marty Clanton, who's the fullback, number 20. I haven't seen him out there too much. Once again, says it's his last year playing. He's played in the EFL for at least 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I heard that last year. Seems like a lot of these players like to say that, don't they? Dwayne Milton's been retiring for 4 years.
It gets in your blood.
Yep.
Spring, early summer rolls around, man, the pads come out.
Milton from the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ah, they're after him. He avoided that, but
He's not going to avoid that.
oh, Jeff Lipscomb got him, number 50. Jeff got that's a sack, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. That was good swarming defense by the Greenjackets.
Talk about people that think about retiring. Jeff Lipscomb, number 50. This is his 21st year of minor league ball. He played back with the old Albany Capital District Metro Maulers, and then with the Glove City Colonials. And this is his 2nd year with the Green Jackets. Jeff is a heck of a role model. We're going to take a break right here after the first quarter. It's the Vipers 12, Glens Falls Green Jackets 0, and we'll be back after these messages.
Promises, promises. A lot of companies have said they're going to introduce networkable digital printer copiers, but you can't print, copy, or finish on a promise. Fact is, Konica has delivered a 50-page per minute networkable digital printer copier that lets you scan once and copy forever, or print 50 pages per minute from your PC. So what do you want?
Promises, promises.
For the real power of digital printing and copying.
Call Sealy Office Systems today, 793-5168.
The Victory Lane Cafe and Lounge is the perfect place to bring the entire family. Our cafe menu and daily lunch specials offer great prices on great food. And the best place to enjoy race day is the Victory Lane Lounge. Victory Lane Collectibles has the largest selection of NASCAR, NFL, and Major League Baseball merchandise in the area. And enjoy the Victory Lane Arcade for family fun and entertainment. Whether you're a racing fan or not, the whole family will enjoy Victory Lane. So make a pit stop soon.
Hi everyone, Bill Callahan here, and I'm pleased to announce the return of the Speak Up radio program on News Radio 1450 WWSC. Speak Up will air Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to take your telephone calls, we're going to comment on local events, and we're going to have guests. It's all right here, News Radio 1450 WWSC. We'll be talking with you soon.
Catch Speak Up with Bill Callahan for commentary on local events, special guest interviews, and your phone calls. Speak Up, only on News Radio 1450 WWSC.
Fly-by from Alpenhaus Marine. Alpenhaus Marine has them all. Bayliner, Tracker, Sea-Doo, plus great prices, low monthly payments, and a world-class service department. It's a liquid planet. Make the most of it. Alpenhaus Marine. Best brands, best selection, best prices.
Here we are back again for second quarter. I'm here with Peter Wack of the Syracuse Vipers. Peter, it's really kind of fun to be with you here, but I have to tell you, I'm getting more nervous by the minute because I started in this gig thinking that Callahan was going to walk up any minute, and here we're through the first quarter and Bill Callahan is not here. I hope that doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck with me the whole game. No. Anyway, I'm comforted that you are here, and we're going into second quarter first play. Vipers have the football. Set us up here, Peter.
2nd and 12 from the Glens Falls 45-yard line. Milton at quarterback. Quick pass out to Richard Porch. bounces around a little bit, and it looks like they might have lost a yard or two on that.
Yeah, didn't make much of any. I see the shadows starting to creep up on the field. Oh, thank goodness for our director, Sandra Aubin, just brought us something to drink.
Refreshments.
Sandra, what are we doing wrong? Oh, yes, okay. Okay. Oh, well, I should mention these drinks came from Fitzgerald Brothers, who's one of the Green Jackets sponsors.
That's very nice. It's very cold, too.
Peter, it'll even quench the thirst of a Viper. Okay, here we got the Green Jackets offensive line setting in there and seeing what they can do with this powerhouse.
Milton back in the shotgun, 3rd and 12. Green Jackets need to stop here. He's got plenty of time.
Plenty of time and a wide
open
open
if they
man.
can get to him. Oh,
And he's
but
got
it's deep.
the first down.
Oh, that's Rashard Dykes. Dang, they had him wrapped up there 3 yards short. It would have been too long of a field goal try. Probably into a range where they would have went for it anyways, but Rashard Dykes somehow squeezed out of that and ran to the sideline right past the marker.
A little bit of ballet there. He twirled and finally got rid of his attackers and went out of bounds.
The ball is being marked on the Green Jackets' 28-yard line. First down, Vipers.
Well, that's danger territory for the Jackets.
Yeah, it's that territory, too, that Dwayne likes to throw, that little flare pass right out in the corner of the end zone. I don't even think he looks at the receiver. He aims for the back corner pylon back there and just lays it up there and lets Scott or Porch figure out how to catch it. They're both on this side of the field.
Pure pattern pass, huh?
There's no wide receiver out to the far side.
Hand off to
46 is George Eason. He's another fullback, young kid. Played 2 years or 4 years, I think it was, at one of the SUNY schools. I can't remember. No, it's Alfred University. And beginning of his senior year, he got injured, didn't play all of his senior year. So I don't think he quite got the football out of his blood. Didn't want to end his playing career that way. So he says that he's going to play at least 1 year with the Vipers.
All right. Well, he picked up a yard there. It's 2nd and 9. Now they're on this end of the field. They're in the shadow.
Falls playing pretty tight defense, expecting to run, and there is.
They got to run and ran smack into number 6. That's Ben Osborne. Ben Osborne is one of our kickers too, Peter. We haven't seen him yet tonight, but
he plays defense and he's also a kicker.
He's a kicker. He kicked.
That helps the reputation of kickers.
Actually, Ben Osborne, I believe, kicked 5 extra points against St. Lawrence 2 weeks ago.
That game was, that was a big blow for you guys, wasn't it?
Well, it was. Yeah.
So at some point, even if you're not
54-0.
trying, you end up continuing to score. It's kind of tough to tell the guys don't score at all when there's huge holes in front of them.
We used everybody that we had. We used 4 quarterbacks in that game. Everybody got lots of playing time.
Big down here, 3rd and 6 from the 25-yard lines. Green Jackets need to stop here. It'll still be a pretty long field goal. Milton back to pass, looking at the tight end.
Oh!
Not only did he have a shot at it, number 20, is that
28,
20?
Dan Marbut.
He had a shot at it too. I think he was surprised that it came.
He was probably so embarrassed that the Viper was wide open that he wasn't ready to take the tip-off.
Pass was a bit high, but both the Viper and the Green Jacket had a shot
Had
at
a
it.
shot at it.
4th and 6, they'll probably go for it here. Is Trevor out there? No, Barbano, the kicker's not out there. It's Milton.
Well,
3rd down play was a big one. This is even bigger. Get a little momentum for the Green Jackets. They get a stop here, only down 12-0. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to run it. Nope, Milton's going to pass.
Yep,
He's going to that
going.
corner, and he's got a Green Jacket wide open who did the smart move. It's hard to do that. He wants to pick it off. He'll get an INT in the books. He'd get a chance to run it back, but he knew his chances of running it back past the line of scrimmage on 4th down were pretty slim.
It's very slim indeed. There were Vipers all over the field. But that was Dan Marbut again, number 28.
Boy, he is all over.
He is all over. You'll find him omnipresent. And our defensive backs for the Green Jackets are sponsored by Flores & Flores Advertising Agency and the Crimson Gallery, where you buy fine art and framing. Both of them at 71 Lawrence Street, across from the Post-Star in Glens Falls.
Glens Falls gets the ball on downs here, 1st and 10 from their own 24. Vipers are packing defense in tight. It's a nice fake handoff there. That's Tyrone Wren, the EFL All-Star, picked off 3 passes last year.
Well, he picked off one right there, and he was ready to lateral if he had to.
And
Dan McGovern got him. Number 44.
Brian Huggins just leveled number 77, Will Edwards, on the run back there.
Yeah.
He was trying to block for his fellow defensive back there.
Yeah.
It was a fair block, but it was a big, big hit. Tyrone Wren ran 40 yards to gain none there.
Well, bringing down Will Edwards makes the stadium shake too. He's 280 pounds on our defensive line.
Oh yeah, he is a big boy. Look at him getting.
That's number 11. That's Tony Green.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Tony Green. Tony's no slouch here. He's 240, I think. Tony's got more than 9 lives like a cat, though. You can do anything to Tony, and he'll be dead 1 minute, and he's up pirouetting, catching a pass the next.
I remember him breaking off some pretty sizable runs in that first game last year.
Oh, yes, he did.
He's a little groggy, but he seems to be okay. Vipers get the ball back, 1st and 10 on the Greenjackets 32.
This is like reliving the last series of downs. Back right where they were and going at it again.
So the 4th down, they had a 1st down, though. Fortunately, looks like that was Leroy Collins also. Again, he must have 10 carries already.
At least.
With a gain of 4 yards.
He's got a pretty good record so far this season on yards per game, does he not?
Yeah, 150 yards per game. The Scranton game, he scored 4 touchdowns, plus threw a pass for a PAT, or a 2-point conversion. That's when we knew we had a real solid running back. Milton again at quarterback. Pitches out to Collins again.
Collins turning a corner.
And Collins is in for a touchdown.
You got it.
It was close there at the end. He just hurdled the Greenjackets defensive player for another Viper touchdown.
Ben Osborne, number 6, tried to push him out at the pylon, but failed to do so.
A couple guys had a shot at him down the sideline there, but he was just moving and spinning too fast.
Well, the score is now 18-0 in favor of the Vipers. We've got 10 minutes 58 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, I'm sure the Vipers are hoping that the script that's so familiar to them is not played out the same way it has the first 3 weeks of the season. Montreal, we went up 21-0 on Montreal last week, and they crawled back to 21-14 midway through the 3rd quarter.
Oh, really?
Had the ball back, too, with a chance to tie it. So we went at the first game of the season versus Watertown. We were up 20-0. 20-6, Watertown crawled all the way back in it to tie the ball game. Down in Scranton, behind John Lawrence's throwing, they were down 24-0. They came all the way back to 22-24, attempted a 2-point conversion to tie and missed. They would have had a tie there with 2 minutes left in the game. So I'm sure the coaches over on the Viper sideline are reminding the players of those past 3 games.
Well, hopefully the coaches on the Greenjackets side are saying, all right, guys, there's a chance to come back.
Yeah, it's right where we want them.
That's right. Yeah, we only want to be 18 points behind.
Perfect game plan.
Well, it doesn't look like the Vipers are giving up much here. I don't think they expect to give up any points here.
No, the team is finally starting to know who's going to be playing and who's going to be dressed. And the first couple weeks of the season are always so hectic. There's so much emotions with who's going to get what jersey number and who's showing up to practice. And so they're going to settle in now the rest of the season, I hope. Looks like this time they are going for 2 with an 18-point lead.
Got Collins in the backfield.
And triple wide receivers near us.
Yes, they do. Going to one of them. Got him.
Steve Scott.
Got him.
And looks like he dove in there.
Yep.
He did.
Rolled right over Ben Osmond, number 6, and got the ball in the end zone.
That's a play they were practicing this week in practice. I haven't seen too much of that out of them. Last year, in the beginning of this year, they have 3 wide receivers all stacked on one side, but must have been something they thought up over the winter.
The history so far of this game has to be troubling to the Greenjackets because the pride of the team is its defense. And all of a sudden, after 14 minutes of play, the Greenjackets find themselves 20 points behind.
Which is more than they've given up practically all year, right?
Oh, we haven't given up that much all year.
In all the games combined?
In 4 games. No, in 4
That's
games
pretty impressive.
we've given up less than 20 points.
That's pretty good, yep. Well, if they can hold the Vipers here for some time, so without scoring, there's plenty of time for Glens Falls to get back in this ballgame.
Okay, but that defense has got to tighten up. Head coach Joe Bonviaggio's calling the plays on the defense. Defensive coordinator Pete Quackenbush is away on a trip. Won't be back till later this week, so he had to miss this game. Actually missed last week's game as well against Albany. So Coach Joe's doing double duty down there as defensive coordinator and head coach. Number 3, Gabe Young has the ball coming up the middle, about the 40-yard line.
Host the Vipers in there on the tackle.
Number 3, Gabe Young on a kickoff return for the Greenjackets.
Kevin Siska can't feel too bad so far. He's thrown that 1 interception to Tyrone Wren, but his other passes have been on the mark. At some point you have to decide whether you're going to open it up and subject yourself or give the possibility the other team could start scoring even more or play a little conservative here to just get a rhythm going.
While we're lining up for this play, I would remind our viewers that our next home game in Glens Falls is against the Watertown Red and Black next week, August 10th, at East Field. Shotgun, Kevin Siska go up, intercepted, intended for number 29.
They were tangled up there again. The bigger man went out, Raheem Smith, barely felt the boy on his back, I think, young man on his back.
Dave Winter, number 29, is best known as one of our running backs with Dan McGovern, but there he was out in front as a receiver. And
he was open for a second there, but Raheem Smith closed up the gap pretty quick.
All Greenjackets games are televised on TV8. You can see them on Sundays from 5 to 8 p.m. and on Mondays at 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. By the way, at that Watertown game next week, Eastfield, 7:30 p.m. Saturday night, August 10th, the admission is $5 for adults. Students, which are 18 years and younger, are only charged $2. Price is not an issue to a Greenjackets game.
Watertown's got a pretty good team again this year, I think. But it's going to take a little while. I know some of their players may have went over to St. Lawrence. Some of the guys that ran that team used to be with Watertown, is my understanding.
They did, but you know, when we were up playing St. Lawrence, we looked over their roster and talked to some of their coaches. There weren't more than 2 or 3 players on their team that played the previous year at Watertown. So there was not a lot of piracy going on.
That's good.
Of course, Mike Britton, the head coach at St. Lawrence, his history is with Watertown. I mean, he is so indelibly identified with Watertown. It's hard to now think that he's the founder, president, and head coach of a brand new team in the league. Oh, Sandra mentions that at our next Greenjackets game at Eastfield next week, the Fort Edward band called Letterhead will perform before and at halftime.
Milton on the fake handoff, getting some pressure from Glens Falls.
Got a pass off. Number 7, Mo James, almost had a sack back there. Just slipped away.
The pass was to Leroy Collins. He catch the ball too. The Vipers had some fear of some piracy this year. The other team in town, the CNY Express, hired Ray Seals, who's a 10-year NFL veteran and grew up in Syracuse. In fact, went from playing in the EFL to the NFL. And a lot of the players gave him a fair shot to convince them to come over, but in the end, I think everyone stayed with the Vipers, wanted to play in the quality of team the Vipers have and the quality of the league the EFL is.
Well, there's no doubt about that quality. Being league champions for 2 years in a row and undefeated in the league for a couple of years, that's a pretty hefty record. Wide open.
It's Rashard Dykes from Milton.
And number 28 brings him down. That's Dan Marbert again.
Sure there's not more than 128 out there, Charles?
We could use all we can get. That was a nice little pass. Just floated right out there.
3rd and 2 for the Vipers.
Here again, an important third down. It's tough to call them important so early in the game, but when you have a 20, you're down by 20 points, these stops are as big as if you're getting blown out at the end of the game. So they need to stop the Vipers right
yes,
here.
Yes, they do. The Greenjackets defense has got to find something to bite into here.
Quick pass out to Dykes.
Gonna get the first down plus a little.
It's a good open field tackle there by Mo James.
Milton to Dykes. Pass is complete.
Mo James took him off balance, and Greg Briel, number 2, was there to make sure he stayed. First down, Vipers. 8 minutes left in the second quarter with the score Vipers 20, Greenjackets nothing.
Ball will be marked at the Greenjackets 32-yard line.
Dwayne Milton's still in at quarterback. We will probably see Chris Bresnahan at some point tonight also.
Think he might come in at third quarter? Oh, looks like a sack there. Number 6, Ben Osborne, or is that, yeah, it's number 6, Ben Osborne.
Stopped Leroy Collins there
Or is
for a
it
loss.
5?
Last
5,
week,
Dave Jenkins.
Last week,
Number
Bresnahan.
6, Ben Osborne.
Collins on the
6 and
carry.
5 is tough to tell.
27, Mike Randall.
Last week, Bresnahan came in at the start of the fourth quarter. So they don't have a third string quarterback tonight. It would have been a good night if Vipers continue winning by a large margin for some other players to get in there. But it's tough to take these guys out. They practice once a week, and they really love that hit and being out there. But yank them out and chain them to the bench.
Second down and 14, is that right?
Second down and 14. The Vipers on the Greenjackets 36-yard line. Milton back in the shotgun.
Ooh, barely overthrew number 8.
Steve Scott again on the attempted reception.
Anthony Presley was there to bring him down, but he wasn't in a good position to keep him from catching that if it had been thrown just a little lower.
Looks like Dwayne needed to just put a little more touch on that one, lay it up there in the sky a little bit. Steve Scott's so fast, 4.3 40. If you just give him time to run underneath the ball, he usually does it.
Our defensive line out there trying to establish its game, and that line is sponsored by Jim Willig of Whiteman Chevrolet, getting you the car you want at the price you want to pay. Call Jim at 744-6311 for his pigskin special. You'll like it. Uh-oh, timeout here on the field, or at least a short delay.
A penalty. I think Vipers may be getting penalized for encroaching on the field from the sideline.
Against the Vipers.
I didn't see that.
Or maybe they had 12 guys on the field.
It's only 5, so not a killer. They were back 4 anyway, so now it's 19.
Yep, third down and 19. Here's a chance you can take advantage of Dwayne. He just loves to throw deep. And even if he's going down or there's no one open at this part of the field, 40 yards out, he's going to throw it up there even if someone's not open.
Field's good for that. Sun is no longer an issue, this part of the field.
Milton from the shotgun. Rolling out. Dykes is open.
Caught out of bounds. Mo James, number 7.
Just bobbled it enough to carry him out of bounds before he brought it in. Dykes is such a short guy. You can show it there. He's still very talented, very fast, really smart out there. But Milton's got to adjust from throwing to Steve Scott, who's 6'2", to Rashard Dykes, who's more in the 5'6" range.
So Milton has to think now, I got to throw it a foot lower.
That's right.
Sandra, where's Bill Callahan? You haven't seen him, have you?
We do have a good view of the parking lot here.
We do.
We can turn around and see. There's many cars here, but there's some karate event going on. I don't know if it has to do with the Empire State Games that are also in Syracuse this weekend.
Okay.
Fourth down and the
Fourth
Vipers
down
are punting. It's Bresnahan back to punt.
They haven't done that much.
Nope, he's a good punter too.
Nice punt. Okay, Dan McGovern has the ball. He's going to get a few yards here. Brought down at the 28.
It's a nice return by McGovern there.
And there were quite a
Kept
few.
his speed, kept nice and low to the ground, shook off a couple tackles.
Brought down by number 66, Doug Metrick. First down
Must be
for the
tough to be
Greenjackets,
as good as
ball flight
Bresnahan and
27-yard line.
just come out there for punts. Snap it bad, snap it bad. I want to force me to throw.
Okay. Let this play get underway here, and then I want to mention a couple more Green Jacket sponsors.
Siska under center, 1st and 10 from his own 22. 26.
Well, he needs to find somebody. Almost intercepted there. Kind of a giveaway pass to Dan Chandler, number 17.
Now quarterback in the Green Jackets, number 16, Jack Gibbs. His pass intended for number 17, Brandon Chandler.
Stepping up front and center to advertise and sponsor the Green Jackets are Carriage Traders, used cars down in South Glens Falls, A&W Lake George Root Beer, and our friends at Evergreen Bank, Dan Burke, Maureen Vedder, all you fine folks there. We really appreciate your support. Leland Paper Company, Dick Leland, a National Hall of Famer from the Green Jackets team. Okay, here we go with number 16, Jack Gibbs, in at quarterback right now.
Oh, and he makes
running almost
a little
first
bit
down.
different dimension there.
Almost got a first down. In fact, he did get it.
Yeah. A little bit bigger guy than Kevin Sisko.
He is. He's a little bit heavier. They're about the same height, Peter. But
First down, Green Jackets.
aha, it is a first down. That will add a little momentum to that offensive unit.
And he's been with your team for a few years.
Yes, this I think is probably the fourth year for Jack Gibbs, and he's often seen as a tight end. He's seen as a fullback as well as a quarterback. He's never really. He was our starting quarterback a great deal of last year, but he's never really captured that position for keeps.
He's going to have a chance to tonight.
Yes, he is.
There's a nice
Pass over to Dan
pass there.
McGovern. He's got to get around a couple
Nice
of.
cut.
Oh, nice little run by Dan, squirting through a little hole or two. Not much of a hole.
That's what we like to see at this point in the game. They can break off small chunks, get to within maybe 10 by halftime, or just score here before halftime. They'll go in feeling not so bad.
Well, that's true. I'm sure they'd love to at least see 7 points on the board. But again, you can see the versatility of Dan McGovern. Ordinarily, you'd expect him to come squirting through the line as a running back, but he can catch the ball and wiggle around pretty well.
Glens Falls got a first down on that play. It's 1st and 10 from the Viper 46.
There goes Jack Gibbs looking to
Option.
toss it out.
Oh, is that nice to see?
Toss it out to Dave Winters, the other running back.
That's a brilliant call to bring in an option play. The Vipers are so quick on D, but they over pursue. They had 4 guys around Gibbs. It doesn't matter if you throw it laterally, if you're over the line of scrimmage. He was a good couple of yards over the line there. Was about to get tackled. Toss it to the halfback who gained a good 6 or 7 more yards. I think they should stick with some of those running plays there. Vipers would never have thought we should prepare for an option play.
Jack Gibbs showing good poise there. He's one of the criticisms of Jack sometimes when he gets in trouble is he loses a little bit of the focus and doesn't see some of the plays on the field that he could make. But he showed real great poise there and shuffled that off real nice. To Dave Winter. Hudson Falls.
They got down to the Viper 39-yard line. 2nd and 3.
Welcome, Central New York Charter School for Math and Science, the Viper football. The Vipers also have a new sponsor, Fortis Life Insurance.
Refs communicating with both coaches there. I'm not sure if they're noticing a little rough play on the line. EFL referees overall are some of the best that I've seen, even compared to the higher-end high school refs.
Well, you know, I think the EFL is very proud of that fact. I was talking with our commissioner, Butch Keller, the other day, and he reassured us that our refs are doing very, very well compared to other semi-pro, minor league leagues in the area that he's aware of. We feel that our refs are superior to those.
As a way to support my football media work and my statistics work down at Utica, I've been going to candidate school for refereeing just to get a better feel for everything that goes on. I can't believe how much stuff goes on until you really study it.
You got receivers on each end here. Up close to us is Mayer. And
Gibbs back to pass.
Gabe Young's out there. The left wide receiver comes in and pulls down the pass over midfield. Down about, what, the 18?
I think Jack Gibbs might be saying, wait a minute here. I know Siska's a young guy. Started out as being a quarterback, played in college, but it's time for me to take over and get us back in the game.
Well, that was Torrey Mayer on this side as a receiver, Jack Gibbs, Gabe Young on the other side. And our wide receivers are sponsored by Dan and Jenny Lambert of Double L Electrical, doing quality work on your homes and businesses for 16 years.
It's a nice handoff up the middle.
All right.
I'm impressed with the play calling here by Glens Falls. They're mixing it up brilliantly. It's been going outside the last 4 plays. They ran the option to the outside, threw a couple passes. Before you know it, the Vipers were vacating the inside, and they squirted off a 6-yard run there.
Well, while our defensive unit was on the field, I saw old Tommy Mayer down here with the offensive troops really preaching the sermon. So he must have been plotting out what's going on right now.
Your defense could use a nice long rest here going into half.
Yes, they could. That was David Winter that made that last yardage.
Stoppage of play.
Jack
Probably
Gibbs.
on the offense side.
Vipers.
Oh, Vipers call a timeout.
Just before the play, they must have. Didn't see it. 2 minutes 40 seconds left in the half with the score Vipers 20, Glens Falls nothing. You know, Peter, I don't like to call our team Glens Falls because it's really more of a regional team, but I read it on the scoreboard up there. It says Glens Falls. I want to apologize to all of our loyal Hudson Falls people over there. It used to be called the Hudson Falls Greenjackets.
Oh, really?
You may not have known that.
No, I didn't. Is that the region up there? There's a city called Hudson
There's
Falls.
our neighboring village over there called Hudson Falls, and when they moved it from Derby Park in Hudson Falls over to Eastfield and Glensfield in Glens Falls, people started calling it the Glens Falls Greenjackets, even though that's not the name.
So the corporate name is officially still the Hudson Falls?
No, the corporate name is Greenjackets Football Team, Inc. But all the leagues and all the people like to identify a team from where they come.
Yes.
And so people think of Glens Falls and they just automatically refer to it as Glens Falls Greenjackets.
Broome County does that, but we still refer to them often as the Binghamton Jets.
Absolutely. I never call them anything except Binghamton.
Taste your own medicine.
It is. All right. Jack Gibbs still QB. Got 2 running backs, McGovern and David Winter, but Gibbs is going to try a little pass. Got a pass
Nice
complete.
pass. I think he's going to score.
Dan McGovern,
Good
and
job.
we got a score.
That was a tough play by Gibbs.
Well, there was a tough catch by McGovern because he was running to his left and he caught over his right shoulder.
He's running the other way from the quarterback.
What'd you say? A flag on the field. I don't like to see flags on plays like that. What do we got?
It's offsides on the defense, unless there's offsetting.
Okay, then I'm sure the penalty will be declined. And all right, touchdown Greenjackets. At least got some points up there on the board. That'll make people feel a little bit better.
Yes, especially important going into halftime here.
Although
We
I
look
have-
up there after that initial kickoff, Steve Scott ran back, fumble and interception later. Vipers were scoring again. Now you can look up at the scoreboard when you're going into at halftime thinking, we're only down 2 touchdowns, guys, and we played horribly.
Yeah.
We can win this game.
Okay, here we come.
They're going for 2 points.
Running
Option
in.
again.
Oop. He's not going to make it, I don't think.
Oh, he was close. there.
Very close.
Squeezing it in.
Oh,
No indication from the refs that he scored.
no. Okay. Jack Gibbs, quarterback, tried to move that in by himself, just a few inches short.
I think we'll see Gibbs back out there next time they get the
It
ball.
wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah, nice touches, nice accuracy on those passes.
Yes, he made more progress the second quarter, and that's good for Jack.
Kevin Siska probably hasn't seen a defense of this quality yet this season.
I don't think he has. Albany's got a pretty awesome defense.
Oh, that's right. You
he
played them
faced,
twice,
we
too,
played
right?
them twice.
Oh,
Once
yes.
in preseason. They were tough defensive battles, both their defense and ours. So we've seen the defense, but Kevin is a terrific athlete, and we know that he's coming on. He was a quarterback at, I believe, at Hudson Valley Community College and in high school, but he became a wide receiver at RPI. And
I think Bill was telling me that this year he played in the preseason with the Albany Arena team.
That's right. He was with the
he's got
Albany
skills.
Conquest as a wide receiver. But he came to us, and we're trying to make him a quarterback again.
Sounds like that's what he wants to play, too. He's been trying to get back to it for 8 years.
Yes, and he's got all the right instincts. Boy, does he want to win. Boy, does he really want to complete the passes. But it's just taking him a little bit longer than we thought to get it glued together.
Glens Falls has to replace Chris Drennan as their kicker, who did move on the Albany Arena 2
Conquest,
team.
yeah.
Albany Conquest. Looks like he doesn't have a shoe on out there.
No, he's the only kicker in the Empire Football League. This is Brian.
That's a pretty good kick. Down
Yeah,
to 15,
Brian
that's good.
Beckstadt is a relatively new kicker
Steve
with us.
Scott, though, you don't want to do that. There you go, gang tackling.
All right, a little pushing and shoving out there.
Oh,
but
none
that's
of that,
okay.
boys.
Okay. Steve Scott, I remember him from last year. He was a real danger.
Offensive MVP of the season on the EFL, first team All-American by National Football Events and Minor League Football News. He's a little more vocal this year, saying, you know, I do want to move up. I need to get the ball at least 5 or 6 times a game.
Uh-huh.
He's my neighbor also, so I better plug him a bunch of times tonight.
Now, Peter, now that I've confessed myself, I have to get you your consent not to call the Greenjackets Glens Falls.
I got it.
Just Greenjackets,
Got
okay.
it. Milton's still in quarterback under center. 1st and 10 from his zone 36.
Uh-oh. Boy, he keeps
Ooh.
dragging people.
Boy.
55.
Greg Peralt in on that, too.
Yeah, Brian Northern had him down low and a couple of heavy hits up top.
Easton's got to feel those. I could hear those hits up here.
Oh,
Two or
yeah.
three of them right after each other.
Okay, we do have the defensive line that's out there right now, sponsored by Jim Willig of Whiteman Chevrolet. Call 744-6311 for Jim's Pigskin Special. He'll get you the car you want at the price you want to pay. Besides that, he's a great guy. Where's this? Who's singing?
Donna Summer, maybe?
Everybody up here in the press booth is
I
kind
was
of
going to say
wiggling.
it was before my time, but it was my time, and I still don't know who it is.
While we're talking
Oh,
about
no, Casey and the Sunshine Band, right. Yes.
While we're talking about the defense, I will mention that our defensive backs are sponsored by a terrific advertising agency in downtown Glens Falls called Flores and Flores. They also own the Crimson Gallery, where you can buy fine art, folk art, fine prints, and do terrific framing. They're at 71 Lawrence Street in the old Troy Shirt Factory. Oh, I'm correct.
Editor-in-Chief jumping in here.
Our technical director informs me that that building is called, what is it? WAG. What? Warehouse
WAG.
Artist Group.
They should get a better nickname than that. I
Peter,
don't
this is a big, huge shirt factory that's vacated, and now there's about 20 artists.
Neat.
And they've got a fantastic little community building in that large factory building.
2nd and 3rd from the Vipers' 44-yard line. Milton under center, under 2 minutes
Quick
left.
one. That's number
Quick one
5.
to Dykes, who squirts forward for the first down. Andre Wyatt there on the tackle, made the initial hit.
Will Martell really tied him up at the end there, number 58.
Oh, wait. I think There was a roster change. Number 1 is no longer Andre Wyatt.
No, it's Anthony Presley.
Okay, that was Anthony
Yep.
Presley then with the first hit.
We came into this game with a roster where Anthony Presley was number 60, but he's now wearing number 1. On my sheet, it still says Andre Wyatt, and yours too, Peter.
Yep. I scribbled it somewhere, but I must have given that out to someone. Bugging me for rosters as I was jogging up
Again,
here.
I miss Bill Callahan so much because he's always so careful to get these rosters just right.
I haven't had the chance to hear him do broadcasts for the Albany Conquest this year, but I bet you.
No, he does color announcing with them.
Is that TV
all
or is
season.
that radio?
That's radio.
Radio.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
good
know,
you
the
can fit in
Conquest
both.
is on a roll. The first player that Albany Conquest signed was a Green Jacket, Chris Drinnan, our kicker.
And he's a good one.
He's a good one, and we've had 2 Green Jackets playing professional ball there all season. Standout players of the week. Bresnahan's in, number 12. Got off to number 8.
Steve Scott.
Loose.
Watch Scott
He's
go. You
loose.
better tackle him with your whole body. Good.
Pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Green Jackets need to buck up here. They do not want to give up even a field goal. They've got it down to 14 points here after that explosive start.
And we have 1 minute and 9 seconds. If the defense can hold them off 1 minute and 9 seconds, they can go into the locker room with something on the board. Not too embarrassing.
Milton must have been getting taped or something because Bresnahan played one play there.
Milton back in? Yes, he is, isn't he?
I'm in a tough spot. I got Viper coaches over here. If I make any pro Green Jackets comments, they can snarl
You're a
at
dead
me.
man. All right.
1st and 10 from the 32. Milton back to pass. Flare out to Steve Scott.
Wide open Steve Scott. Number 1, Anthony Presley took him down, but he didn't keep him from catching it.
That's the type of hit that would cripple most people, but Steve's so strong. His head snapped back, but he jumped right up.
Didn't quite make the first down. Got it.
Clock's
they
still
did.
running.
Oh, they did. They did make the first down.
Clock's still running. 45 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Milton back to pass.
He's got 2 guys in the end zone, and one of them's there with the ball.
And that was a beautiful catch. Number 81, I'm not even sure who that is. Steve Evans. He's a new player on the team this year.
He caught the ball in the arms of Dan Marbut. Marbut couldn't keep him from catching it. Makes the score 26-6. That's something of a blow to the Green Jackets defense here.
This after such a nice drive by the offense previously by the Green Jackets. Barbano's in to kick the extra point. Try to put the Vipers back up by 19. Little confusion on who should be playing.
Okay, that end of the field's looking a little bit dark now. Got blocked again. Blown dead. Anthony Presley picked it up. Would love to have run with it, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would have. Yeah, the game started at 7 here. We try to get them started at 7. The school would like us to do that. By the end of the game, it's pretty dark. You see the transition from day to night.
What does that scoreboard mean, Peter? It says 359. Is that now counting in tenths?
Yep, when it gets under a minute, it counts down in tenths of a second.
35 seconds and 9 tenths.
Right, a crucial 9 tenths.
Oh, look at that scoreboard pushing hot dogs. What a neat graphic.
Yes.
Saunders going to go over there and get a hot dog off the scoreboard.
It's Liverpool High School. It's located just outside of the city of Syracuse, probably the biggest suburb, and they have an incredible sports program. And they're also very accommodating to different teams, drum and bugle corps, lacrosse teams, children's track events. This field has something going on almost every night during the summer.
Peter, I can't tell you how impressed we are with this field. This beautiful, beautiful, well-marked AstroTurf field is just wonderful to look at and to play on.
The only unfortunate thing is it is a bit of a drive out of the city, and most of our players and the fans come from the east side or the south side of Syracuse, and it could be a bit of a hike to get out here. We'd have a much better walk-up crowd if we were in the city.
Here we go.
Barbano to kick, a little bit better this time. Get it to about the 20.
They're always kicking to Dan Chandler.
Oh, a fake on the reverse there.
And they have done that reverse.
That
Dan
opened
Chandler's
up the
still
field
on
good.
his field.
Well, hey, there you go. 25. The clock should stop. It's been running now for about 10 seconds.
Finally, they stopped it.
They should put 10 seconds back on that clock, which might give the Green Jackets a chance.
The ball is marked at the Green Jackets 44-yard line.
Clock starts right off. Yep, we lost about 10 seconds on that. Okay, Jack. Oh, tipped. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, that was close to a late hit on the quarterback there by Bobby Bethea.
Okay, we had a slight glitch there, but we're back. Jack Gibbs, the quarterback, looking for a place to throw. He's out there. Gabe Young, number 3, broken up and out of bounds, no matter. 2 Vipers taking a nap on the sidelines there.
They collided pretty
Did they? Back again for what may be the final play of the series here. Jack Gibbs running back, looking for a place to throw. Overthrew his man, stopped the clock. We're probably going to have to stop the tape. All right, back again to Jack Gibbs. Looking for a place to throw again. Down on his knees, stumbled. That's going to be the end. That was intentional. All right.
He just wanted to run the clock out there.
Well, he certainly did that. That's it, Peter. The end of the first half. We'll be back for third quarter action after the break.
Need something? A.N. Lee Petroleum Getty of Hudson Falls has it. A 20-pound Suburban propane fill-up is only $8.99 plus tax. Plus, purchase online and scratch-off games from the New York State Lottery. With every $10 instant game purchase, receive a free ticket. Car care needs, personal care and grocery items, cold soda, snacks, sunglasses, tobacco, roll your own, and more. A.N. Lee Petroleum Getty on the corner of John and Main Street.